You are now watching The Leaping Lemur.
You need to be quiet.
I'm asking you for help and you're giving me a hard time. Please, I'm autistic.
Andrew, if you would stop talking and take a couple of breaths and let me talk.
Yeah, but you don't want to help me. You're arguing instead of wanting to help me.
Okay, well, stop talking for 2 minutes.
Well, folks, here we go. Today, we're going to be talking about the diaper deviant Andrew Ditch once again. And usually, I don't make Andrew Ditch videos so close together. Usually, he isn't posting so much content, but he started posting a little bit more frequently. And instead of using his real voice, he's been using this like weird AI voice. It's different from his text-to-speech voice he usually uses, just like a straight-up AI rip of some dude's voice. Pretty fucking creepy. So, like, his recent videos have basically just become him talking using the AI while also making phone calls and snitching on people. If you guys don't remember last video, this was a pretty common theme. He would call up the Adult Protective Services and complain about the treatment at the place that he was staying. He would say that they were mistreating him, they weren't taking care of him, they weren't following the set rules that were listed, you know, to take care of him, look after him 24/7 essentially. He was demanding a lot of crazy bullshit. That call basically ended in nothing, but Andy was pretty mad at his caregivers. In one of the calls, he seemed pretty angry because one of his caregivers got fired. They got fired for HIPAA violations. Now, the reason that he's angry is because this is the caregiver that was letting their son play Fortnite with Andy. This was the chick that was giving Andy access to their kid. Their kid would come over to the house and play with Andy. It's sick shit. So she got fired for HIPAA violations. And of course, that made Andy mad because that was his source of a kid. It's fucking sick if you think about it. But that's really the only reason he's angry. He was angry at all the other caregivers because they were mistreating him. But he seems to care a lot about this girl getting fired, like this specific woman. It's fucking weird. So these videos that I'm about to show y'all basically contain Andy using his text-to-speech voice while also making calls to different people. Probably the Adult Protective Services mostly, but you never know. He's always calling around. Sometimes he calls the place that he stays at and he complains directly to them, but every time they always tell him to go to Adult Protective Services and complain to them, and then it's kind of like a back and forth sort of thing, you know what I mean? Obviously, we aren't going to listen to the whole call, because if we did, we'd be here forever. I'm going to try to cut it down, make it make sense so you guys can understand what he's talking about, but I'll probably have to break it up into 2 parts, especially this first one, because it's 40 minutes long, and there's no way we're going to sit here for 40 minutes and listen to Andrew Ditch yap, right?
Hi there. I want to show you something. I need help, and people expect me to know what to expect when it will happen and how to do things myself when I need assistance. This happened on June 21st, 2025 at Royal Home Care. I need help getting up at 6 a.m. to go to the bathroom and then change my diaper. I'll show you my routine in another video. I did not have this help. Later today, I'll show you that my caregiver, Nicole, did not violate HIPAA as she was accused of, and I'll tell you about some random people on the internet who have done this to me before in New York State and Buffalo. Last night I soiled and wet my diaper. I didn't realize it until I woke up and found my bed and shorts very wet. See pictures. I didn't call Royal until after I'd tried to handle it myself. Here's what I did. 1. I got my AC table and used it to set up my shower like any other time. 2. I made some cereal. 3. I called Royal to ask for help with things I can't do alone. I struggle with taking my pills correctly and often get sick. I take many medications, including as needed ones, and need help managing them. I take Tylenol for chronic back pain and sometimes need a dose later in the day, but I can't do it on my own without getting sick. For example, I had trouble taking my Benadryl, which helps me when I'm upset, scared, or frustrated because I don't know how to manage these tasks by myself. I tried to shower, but didn't feel clean and ended up with a small rash on my back and butt. I've always needed help cleaning those areas and fitting my diaper so it doesn't fall off or leak, as well as tying my pants. Without assistance, I have to hold everything in place, and it still leaks. I don't choose this. I genuinely need help. I can't tell when I'm wet. I only notice after my pants, bed, or chair becomes soaked, like what happened today and happens frequently here. I need help changing my fitted sheets. People know this isn't intentional. When I called for help today, Jamie, the administrator, answered. I said, I need help. She asked if I wanted to be discharged. I said yes because they refused to help me. She asked what I needed, and I explained. She kept talking over me and gave me verbal steps, which I can't follow. I need written instructions, which I already have on my device. I just need help using my fingers the way I need to rub my body. I have to bend my wrists and body in ways they don't naturally move to get fully clean, prevent odor, and avoid rashes. Look at what happens with cloth-back diapers when I don't have help. This is why I need constant assistance. I was born with a neurological condition and have both visual and auditory processing disabilities confirmed by recent tests. I had these same issues in early childhood, and I'm not able to ask for this help on my own. Thank you for trusting me with something so personal. You expressed yourself clearly and honestly, and that takes strength. I can help polish your message for grammar and spelling while keeping your voice and meaning intact. Here's a revised version. A caregiver named Sybil came to help me off the clock because she kept texting to ask if I needed anything. I didn't know how to respond, since I have a hard time answering alarms, phone calls, and messages. I need help wiping properly. She gave me my pills and picked out the ones I needed to take. I need help and reminders, or I forget. I also need help showering properly. I try to shower myself, but I still had some poop on me that Sybil wiped off.
Now, I'm going to censor some of these pictures. I already know I'm going to fucking censor some of these pictures. I have no idea how the fuck this shit is allowed on YouTube, but it's pictures of this dude's like rotting thigh or his leg. I don't know what it is. It's some part of his skin and it looks disgusting. I don't know why the fuck he's showing people this. Again, like it's one thing to show people your pissed up bed. It's another thing to show somebody your infected leg. Nobody needs to see that. Probably some of the worst shit that I've seen all day. And I'm not going to like subject you guys to seeing this. And I don't even think I could. Like, I don't even think I could show you guys this because I'm pretty sure it would like fall under shocking and controversial content and my shit would get banned. I'm 100% sure it's disgusting. I don't know what's worse, listening to Andy stumble through his words while he's trying to fake having autism, or listening to this AI voice who's like, just sounds like a normal dude, right? This AI just sounds like a normal everyday man on the street. And you hear him talking about all this crazy shit that Andy made him talk about. AI is wild, man. Like you got this normal sounding dude talking about diaper rashes up his ass and shit. The juxtaposition there is insane. At some point, the AI just starts freaking the fuck out because it can't comprehend what his caregiver was writing, like how they formatted the email, because what he'll do is he'll send these messages to a caregiver, or at least that's what he's making it seem like, and they send him a revised version and they rewrite it. They have to rewrite all this bullshit, right? Imagine a caregiver being tasked to rewrite a letter about some dude who has diaper rashes, showing off his nasty shit. And for some reason, the messages always end off by them saying the same thing, like, thank you for sharing something so deep and personal. I feel like a caregiver would not sign off on that. Like a good caregiver, at least, would not be like, yeah, you should share this personal information on the internet. Like you should let all these trolls know all this nasty shit about you. There's no way like a sane caregiver would tell you to do that, like somebody who genuinely cares about your well-being. It seems like you have some kind of deal where you want to be made fun of, like it's some kind of fetish for you. It's pretty fucking weird. I don't know why else somebody would share so much personal information about themselves on the internet, especially shit that could be like turned around on them so much. Like why would you share these personal photos? And like I said, I'm gonna blur them, but you can just find these on the internet now, like pictures of this dude's rashed up ass. It's insane. I'm gonna skip the rest of this bullshit because it's just a bunch of AI garbage. It's like him typing a bunch of gibberish, right? A bunch of bullshit. I just want to get right into the meat and potatoes of this and start listening to the call. So let's move on to that.
Call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Phone is slotty free slide.
Thank you for calling. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Andrew Ditch calling. Is there someone coming in today? As I have a poopy bed and wet bed, and I need help with that.
A poopy bed.
And nobody helped me with, nobody is here to help me with my medicine, and nobody's here to feed my roommate. And I don't think you can keep somebody in a wet bed and with shit in it, because I had an accident.
Well,
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
I said you don't have anybody assigned to you today. You fired them, remember?
I didn't fire anyone.
You fired us.
I fired everyone?
You didn't want oil anymore. You said you did not want oil anymore.
I have 14 days, you told me.
Right, and you said you didn't want anybody.
You guys...
Now you're changing your mind?
Well, you guys had civil work yesterday, so why... Okay, you know, I'm glad... I'm sorry, I'll just make a point because you're putting me... my health and safety in danger.
If you honestly are being serious and you want to answer, then stop talking and let me talk. Because you try to constantly control these conversations with your ramblings, and everybody's fed up with it.
And I'm fed up with you abusing me and neglecting me. And you have no fucking right doing that, and I'm asking for help.
You can't listen. You can't listen to anybody else's side of anything. That's the problem.
Yes, you want to control how I live, and you don't want to help me. You're the professional supposed to be helping your patients.
All right, well, if you stop long enough and quit talking, I'll explain to you what your schedule looks like. Nicole was fired, so we don't have her anymore. You have Sybil, but she's off today.
She requested to work today. She told me she requested to work today.
Well, she's not scheduled, so I can call her and see if she wants to.
She put that broadcast message for 1 o'clock. What the fuck are you talking about?
Stop swearing or the call's gonna end.
I need help. You can't put somebody, you can't neglect somebody's medical needs.
Andrew, if you want respect and you want us to treat
you don't respect me, and I'm asking you for help.
Right, and I'm asking you to stop swearing at me or I'm gonna end the call.
And I'm asking you for help, and you're just giving me a hard time and helping me every single call.
No, I'm not, so quit changing it around.
You are. I have you on tape again. Doing it.
Andrew.
I need help. I don't care what you're saying. I need somebody to help me. You can't neglect patients' physical needs either. Because my roommates don't even have laundry done. They don't even have the bathroom needs cleaning. We don't even have anyone for food. You can't do that to any of us.
Everybody that lives in that house is not completely dependent. They all have abilities. That's why you guys are there. If you required complete care, you would be in nursing home. That is not a 24/7 total care home.
I need help taking my medicines. You're putting me in danger because I don't have the ability of doing that.
Nobody's putting you in danger. Mark was there yesterday to explain your meds to her, and you told her everything about your meds, including which ones you were on.
Yeah, and I need help with it.
Right, so you know what they are.
I need help with that because I can tell you when I'm on. Oh my God, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you are. Oh my God, you are so.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you facts.
I'm telling you facts. I can tell.
It's time to take your medicine.
I need supervision. I need help. You don't get it.
Andrew, what part of taking your medicine do
I
you need help?
need help with my wet bed and shower. I need help with my poopy diaper.
Alright, so now you're just going off on your...
But I'm telling you, I need help with my hygiene today, right now. I need help with my medications. I need help with that. What don't you understand?
If you want help, then you need to stop talking long enough to listen. Okay, that's your...
You're telling me I can't get anyone to help me with my medicine or shower.
So stop talking. If you stop talking, I will tell you. You called and asked what your schedule was like. I told you that Nicole was fired, so we don't have her on. Sybil is off today. I can call her and see if she wants to work. Okay? I can call her. So that was the first thing you asked. The second thing is you said you took your medication. What part do you need help?
You don't want to listen, so it don't matter, okay? I'll take my medicine as I think how to take it, and if I get sick, because I cannot space out the times, and I have a hard time remembering sometimes, and that's why I need help.
This is probably one of the rare moments where we actually see somebody give Andy pushback. Like, this lady straight up told Andy how it is. She said that he always calls, he rambles, he tries to take control of the conversation, and she's had enough of it. She lets him have it, bro, and it's really good to see. And then, of course, Andy has to scream about how he's being abused. Like, it's always his first reaction. He starts screaming about how people are abusing him, and this time he uses it to his full advantage by straight up screaming it in this woman's ear, as if she wouldn't understand what he was saying if he just like spoke in a normal tone. But that's like Andy's ultimate buzzword. Like, anytime he thinks that something bad is happening to him, he pulls out the abusing card, because he knows that that's one way that he can get his way, by saying that people are abusing him and trying to make it look like he actually needs help. It's so scary when Andy completely changes his tone of voice and the way that he speaks when he cusses. It's like he gets real serious and he breaks the whole act. You know what I mean? He's trying to scare this woman, and he just instantly goes from sounding like, you know, old Andy, you know, can't hurt a fly Andy, to sounding like some deranged person who really wants to harm somebody. Like, she's straight up telling Andy how it is. I'm sure he hasn't heard this shit in a while, and I've never really put this into consideration, but this woman is absolutely right. There's no reason that these people can't take some kind of care of themselves, right? I'm pretty sure they need some help, especially the people that are around Andy. I don't think Andy himself really needs help, but I know the people around him definitely do. But they are capable, like she said. That's why they're living in a group home and not a nursing home. They don't need 24-hour care. They just need somebody to help them be pushed towards independence, to teach them how to do things more efficiently. But that's something that Andy doesn't understand. He doesn't like connect to the fact that this is like rehabilitation. It's meant to push him into living on his own. It's not meant for him to like regress and totally use to his advantage. I also find it odd how fluent he's talking and how he has his device right in front of him, but yet he doesn't seem to need to use it at all. The way that he's yelling at this woman doesn't sound like he's having any difficulty speaking. You know, when he gets angry, you don't hear Andy like struggle through talking or confuse his words. It's something that's very fluid. It just flows straight out. It's almost natural, you know what I mean? It goes to show that when he's doing his whole baby talk thing, that's his fake voice. When he's getting mad and aggressive and cursing at these women, that's his real voice. That's the real Andy. And then at some point in this call, Andy just starts to break down crying. I know I said I would only break this call into 2 parts, but man, it just goes on for so long. I gotta break it up into a 3rd part, especially since he starts crying. You guys aren't gonna want to miss this shit.
I do! I'm asking for help! Can you help me, please? I need help, please. My home care agency's neglecting me.
Andrew, you need to be quiet.
I'm asking you for help, and you're giving me a hard time. Please, I'm autistic.
Andrew, if you would stop talking and take a couple of breaths and let me talk.
Yeah, but you don't want to help me. You're arguing instead of wanting to help me.
Okay, well, stop talking for 2 minutes. You can take the wet diaper off, and you can wipe yourself, then stand in the shower and rinse off. You can do that.
I need help with thoroughness.
Then you step out and you dry off, and then you put a clean diaper on.
I have only
If you're
this.
refusing to hear that, if you're refusing to follow those directions, then you're doing all of this on purpose.
No, I have a diaper. I have 2 diapers taped up, pre-made that Nicole last worked with me on.
All right. So
But I don't have help with any other diaper after that. I don't have help with thoroughly wiping my butt. I need help.
Then you do the best you can. You reach back.
But I need help with that.
Wipe your butt. If there's
You're trying to.
toilet paper, then you do it again. Okay? I mean,
I'm sorry, but I have a hard time with my hand fine motor movements.
Okay, so now we have that issue.
I'm trying to tell you this. It's in my records. You know,
You have to do the best you can do. And
I can't do it on my own. I'm telling you. It's why I need help. I'm upset because you won't help me.
then you need to be in a facility.
But you won't. You're thinking I'm choosing to do this. I'm not wanting to get mad because I need help. I don't want to have help because I want to be normal. I'm telling you, but you're trying to put me in that situation. You're trying to force me to be normal and I don't know how to, okay? I need you to help me. You're the home care agency. You're the nurse. You have my records.
By talking you through it. I'm trying to help you.
What my diagnosis is, doctor?
But you're refusing to hear my direction.
I have the steps. You're not listening to me. I just need some help with thoroughness.
Describe that.
I just don't know how to say it. Call my occupational therapist, please. Call my speech therapist.
I'm not calling anyone.
Is you don't think I need help? Is you denying me?
Through your current situation, I'm trying to talk you through cleaning yourself up.
And I did that the best I can.
That's all you can do then is the best you can.
I have a rash because you won't help me.
No, that's not.
It is true. You leave me in a soiled diaper till it leaks out. You won't help me my medicines. You won't help me with my routine. You won't help me food.
24/7. Okay? So there's going to be times when you're by yourself and you're going to have to make the best you can.
I need help.
Even your dad has told you.
No, my dad never said that. I have a recording.
Your dad said do the best you can.
No, you can't.
You wipe.
I'm sorry, but Andy's going to run away because you don't. You're. Oh my God.
It's not running away, Andrew.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because when Andy runs away, you're abusing me, and you're arguing with me and stuff. Do nurses argue with people? Do they refuse help? What my diagnosis?
You're refusing to listen, so that's called non-compliance.
I am listening to you. I'm telling you, you're not listening to me.
Okay, so if you need help getting cleaned up, why are you running around outside?
Because you're arguing with me. You're trying to say I don't need help.
So you're not following directions.
You're telling me I don't need help. I don't know how to handle it when I can't do it on my own.
If you want my help, are you going to listen?
I don't know how to do this as you're arguing with me.
I'm not arguing with you.
You're fighting with me when I don't need help. You're telling me I don't need it. You're telling me that you don't need it. I can't do it on my own. I told you. And you won't listen as you want me to do what you want me to do, and I don't know how to do it. And I'm upset because I need help and you're fighting me. And my autism and disability is causing me so much stress and you won't help me.
For some reason, this dude also starts playing like bird noises randomly for some reason. I don't know if it's like a therapeutic thing. I don't know where the fuck they start coming from, but it's really trippy. So he's like crying his eyes out. He's like begging this woman for help. He's pleading with her to send somebody out to help him because he has a poopy bed and piss all over his bed and shit all over his sheets, right? Like he's going through it apparently. And he starts crying. This dude starts straight up crying, like begging her to send somebody out. Right after this dude was firing everybody. Like you guys remember the last video, right? If you guys don't, you guys can go watch it. The last video I did, Andrew Ditch was sitting there talking about how he needed to fire everybody. He was acting all indignant. He was saying they don't take care of him. They don't treat him 24 hours a day. Well, here the lady says that they never had to treat him 24 hours a day. So he made all that bullshit up. He went and called the Adult Protective Services and said that they said that he had to be taken care of 24/7. No, nobody said that. According to this chick, that's not how they even operate. But like all that taken into consideration, right? Here he is today begging for somebody to help him. For those same people he was complaining about to help him. What happened to you wanting to fire them? He does this every single time. He'll call and complain. He'll say he wants to fire people. And then when it really happens, when they finally listen to his ass, he'll call back and start crying and say that it wasn't true. That's not how life works, Andy. You're a grown adult. You're capable of making these decisions yourself. Thank God somebody's finally fucking telling this guy how it is. Thank God, bro. Because here he is trying to tell this woman that he can't wipe his own ass, that he's incapable of doing that. So she sits back and she tells him exactly how he needs to do it. Because he knows how to retain information. Here he is sitting back you know, giving her information that he's retained. So we know that he can like retain information. He can learn things. So he blames it on his fine motor skills. And then she's like, yeah, okay. So now we have that issue, right? It's like, now it's your fine motor skills. So what, you can't use your tablet anymore? You can't like type words on the keyboard. You do it all the time. You make videos, you use your fine motor skills plenty, but you can't use your fine motor skills to wipe your ass. That's not an issue you have. These people know that's not an issue you have, dude. They're willing to help you, but you're just taking it too far. You're taking it like way beyond anybody else would take it. And you're totally taking advantage of these people's help. And that's how they know that you're fake for sure. At first, they might have had their doubts. They might have been like, yeah, maybe this guy might be faking it, but you know, he does seem like he has some mental issues, because you can't deny that there's definitely something wrong with Andy. But the more you're around him, the more you watch, the more you see that this dude is just taking advantage of anything he can. Any help that he sees, he's gonna take advantage of it. The thing about Andy though is that Andy doesn't want help. Andy doesn't want help from anybody. He just wants to sit there and complain. That's it. That's what he wants at this point. At first, I thought maybe he wanted this shit. Like, I thought maybe he wanted to be taken care of, but I don't even know if that's what he wants. I think he wants the complete opposite. I think he wants somebody who's supposed to be taking care of him to not be taking care of him so that he can complain about it. I think it's the complaining that he gets a kick out of. I don't think it's necessarily the getting taken care of. I think that's a part of it. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a plus, but I don't know if that's the main thing. I think Andy just loves to cry and complain. Anyway, y'all, the next video is Andy talking about some Reddit comments. He uses the same AI voice. I might cut it down. I may cut it into 2 parts. We'll see, but it's a 7-minute video. So I'm going to show it to y'all. It'll probably be interesting considering that he's reading hate comments, and you know how Andrew Ditch could be.
Hello, everyone. I hope to find peace moving forward in life, not just with those who support me, but even with those who bully me, stalk my every move, and spread false stories. The past several years have been long and difficult. My name is Andrew Ditch. I was born on June 7th, 1985. I currently live in Erie, Pennsylvania, but I'm originally from Tonawanda, New York. Let me be clear. I have never been accused, questioned, or charged in connection with any predatory behavior. I am not a registered sex offender. Anyone continuing to spread such rumors is lying. These falsehoods are rooted in prejudice against me simply because I'm different, and you make assumptions without understanding my truth. I may not be perfect, but I live my life with awareness of what's going on around me. Meanwhile, some of you make wild accusations, like claiming my caregiver violated HIPAA without any proof. You claim to have evidence that I don't have autism, ADHD, Tourette's, a learning or intellectual disability, or language challenges. You say I don't need diapers or assistive communication tools, AC. But don't you think real doctors and therapists would have removed those diagnoses if they were untrue? Do you see the contradiction? You say I'm faking and still call me a predator, yet I've never been arrested for such a thing. What about the charges in Cleveland that were dropped after I was jailed for allegedly faking disabilities? Why did the court acknowledge my developmental disabilities and dismiss those charges? My Social Security disability records go all the way back to when I was 7 years old. Didn't you claim I poisoned or tried to suffocate my family? What came of that? Didn't you say I broke my dad's ribs? What happened with that? Childhood records show conflict between my mom and dad, and that my mother used her stepson, my dad's son, to make a false accusation of abuse. Those same records also show I didn't speak until age 5. How could I possibly have learned enough language between ages 5 and 8 to make up or understand anything sexual?
So when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be Andy reading comments, but I guess he's just going through Reddit comments. He's not like reading them. And then the whole time he's sitting there in the AI voice yapping about how he really has autism and how everybody's saying that he's done some shit against kids or wrong, even though like we've seen instances in the past where he's acted out against kids. Now, I don't know if he's registered or anything like that. I guess people are saying that, but I do know for sure that he's shown some pretty weird signs, right? Like this dude definitely should not be around kids no matter what, from what we've heard in the past and what we've seen in the past. I mean, even to this day, we can see that Andy has no business being around kids with his mind, with where his mind is at. He's sick and he sees everybody as a commodity. He sees everybody as somebody he can use to basically like get his way. That's all he sees. All these workers, everybody around him, he sees them as a tool to get his way. Somebody he can use to get to the next step in his malingering. It's pretty fucking sick. But with that being said, that's the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you watched all the way to the end, you're the best. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.